Okay, let's go to page 858, and let's continue with number 11. Okay, it says the surface area of a cone. Okay, so you have a cone with a height of 15. Centimeters, and the surface area, so that's the total area, equal to 500 pi square centimeters, and so you're looking for the radius. Okay, so again, let's go ahead and write down the formula for the cone. So the total area equal to lateral area plus, since it's a cone, has only one base, okay, and then after that, let's go and develop strategy. Now, this is R, and that's what we're looking for, and this is L, the slant height. So the height over here, this is the H, okay? The height of the cone is H. The slant height over here is the L. Okay, so when you open it up, okay, so the lateral area is, if you get a cone and you cut and you open it, you're going to look something, it becomes like this, okay? And the base area is a circle, okay? Now this over here, this is L, so this would be L, okay? So L would be like, looks like the height of a triangle. And the base, see, this is a circle over here, you open up, so this is 2 pi r, okay? And this is r, so this would be pi r squared, the area, okay? So once we do that, that's going to, but we don't know the L, so we have to use Pythagorean theorem, okay? So over here, the Pythagorean theorem, so it'd be 15 squared plus r squared, right? A squared plus b equal to c squared. And so we want to get rid of the L because we're looking for r, right? So let's get rid of the L. So take the square root, okay? So it'd be square root of, I'm going to put a variable in front, okay? And this would be 225, okay? Again, you add and you take the square root, okay? Okay, so now let's go and substitute everything in here. So this, again, you can use a formula for triangle. So triangle would be 1/2 the base times the height. The height is L, which is the square root of r squared plus 225. Okay, and this would be pi r squared. Okay, and we have to substitute for the. Okay, that we forgot to substitute. This is 500 pi. Okay, so 500 pi. Okay, so substitute over here. Now the 2.5, this will cancel out. Okay, so we're going to get pi r square root of r squared plus 225 plus pi r squared. What we're going to do next is we're going to divide everything by pi. Notice there's a pi everywhere, so that's going to divide by pi, so to get rid of the pi. Okay. So we got 500 equal to r times square root of r squared plus 225 plus r squared. Okay. Now you have to use your algebra. Since it's a square root, we need to isolate these and to square both sides to get rid of the square root. So we need to minus r squared on both sides. So we got 500 minus r squared. Okay. So this will cancel out. So we get r times square root of r squared plus 225. Okay. Then what we need to do next is we need to square both sides to get rid of the square root. Okay. So when you square this, so you square that, you get 250000. Okay. And remember your middle term. Middle came from all this, so it'd be minus. So 2 times this times so minus 1000 r squared, and you square these would be plus r to the 4. Okay. This one when you square, you're going to get r squared, and this one will give you r squared plus 225. Okay. Next steps is going to multiply out. So you got 25000 minus 1000 r squared plus r4 equal to r to the 4 plus 225 r squared. And notice you can minus r to the 4 on both sides, so this will cancel out. So it's kind of nice. Okay. So you get 250000 minus 1000 r squared equal to 225 r squared. So next, I'm going to move the variable to this side. So plus 1,000 r squared plus 1,000 r squared. So I get 250,000 equal to 1225 r squared. Okay. Then after that, divide by 1225, divide by 1225. So I got r squared equal to 204.08. Take the square root, so r equal to 14.29 centimeters. So this one is really bad because of the way that the information is given, but it's really messy. Okay, but you just have to kind of go through it, apply all the things you learn, like Pythagorean theorem, substitution, use your algebra to get rid of the square root and so forth. Okay, let's go to number 12. Okay, find the surface area of a right octagonal pyramid. Okay, and the pyramid, so it's like this. Okay, something like that. Okay, with a height of 2.5. So height equal to 2.5 yards, and its base has an apothem of 1.5 yard. Okay, so this is kind of the rough picture, and looking for the surface area. Okay, so surface area, the total area equal to the lateral area plus one base. Okay, so the total area equal to, okay, you have to open it up, so you're going to get 8 of these triangles. Okay, so there are 8 of them, and base area is an octagon. Okay, and so now let's go ahead and do this. So you said apothem is 1.5. Okay, and what else do we know? Okay. So let's go and just draw one of the triangle, one of the side. Okay, so apothem is 1.5. Okay, now over here, since there are 8 of them, so if you use the usual trigonometry, so the circle is 360. Okay, 360. Now octagon is 8, so you divide by 8. So this would be 45 degrees. Okay, and you have to cut in half, so this would be 22.5 degrees, 22.5 degrees. Okay, so to find this side, okay, I'm going to call this, now let's call it x. Okay, so you have to use your trigonometry. So tangent of 22.5 degrees equal to x over 1.5. Okay, tangent is opposite of adjacent. Okay, so now you cross multiply. So x equal to 1.5 tangent of 22.5 degrees. So again, divide your strategy, you go off to the side to figure out all the minor details. Okay? Okay. So let's go ahead and work it out. So 1.5 times tangent of 22.5 degrees equal, so x equal to 0.6213, okay? 113, okay? So I'm going to figure out the small b, the base. So times it by 2, so it'd be 1.2426. Okay, so that's each side equal to, so 1.2426. Okay, so this is 1.2426. Okay. Okay, the next thing we have to do is use this triangle right over here. We have to figure out the lateral area, okay, the L. Okay, so now turn it sideways. So you have to have very good visualization. Okay, so now we're going to look at this triangle over here. Okay, Now this is apples, and we know that from the giving is 1.5. Okay, so this is 1 apples, and the height is 2.5. Okay, so you can use your Pythagorean theorem. So this would be your lateral height L. Okay. Okay, so you can use your Pythagorean theorem. 1.5 squared plus 2.5 squared equal to L squared. So 1.5 squared plus 2.5 squared equal 8.5. So 8.5 equal to L squared. So take the square root. So L equal to 2.9154. Again, I'm carrying extra digits when I do the calculation. Okay, so that's the L. Okay, so now I think we have all the information. Okay, let's see. Okay, so total area. Okay, so the triangle would be 1/2 base. So it'd be 1.2426 times the height. That's the L. 2.9154. So that's one triangle, and it's octagon, so there are 8 of them, so you have to times by 8. Okay, now this area over here, okay, it's going to be, you have to use this triangle over here. So this is the base, this is the side. Okay, so you have to, again, you have to kind of do it off on, to figure out all the details. So to figure out the area of the octagon, you have to figure out the 1/2 base times the height. Okay, and you have to go 8 of them. Okay, so again, this is the base, this is on the bottom, this is on the side. Okay, so now get your calculator, and now that's going to work out all the details. Okay, so 0.5 times 1.2426 times 2.9154 times 8 equal. So this is 14.607, okay, and plus, now let's work out this one. So 0.5 times 1.2426 times 1.5 times 8 equal to 1/2 base side times. Okay, so it'd be 7.4556. Okay, and plus, so add this together, so total area equal to, okay, clear, so 14.607 plus 7.4556. Okay, so about 22.606. Okay, and this would be square yard.